Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Do you feel obligated to buy her friends a drink too?
Nope.
I don't know where that shit came from, bro.
I think that's a flexing tactic. You want to put on, maybe you want to give off the impression that you got it, or you might really got it. Be nice, but
yeah,
no.
I think so many people do that shit now. Motherfuckers just become accustomed to shit like that.
Probably.
Yeah, I believe so, man. 'Cause I don't know, like I just think if you interested in her,
that's it.
That like I don't like what I look like buying your homegirl's drink. It's just because I'm interested in you and y'all all together. But I don't know. I mean, some women might look at that shit and be like, it's because y'all some cheap ass niggas.
No, I know you got eyes on the prize. And you, unfortunately for me, it's not the prize. So are you?
So you know how that shit go, man. When it comes to shit like that, you just a cheap ass nigga, and
that's it.
Sad and unfortunate.
Lame, all of the above, man. I know how I go. You know how I go.
Yeah. I'll be recording. Is there ever a chance, man, that a body don't count? Women might say nah. When is a body not a body?
Women, it's probably some of them out there that might say you're right. A body's a body now in my book, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
it is.
If there's some insertion going on, sir. Hey, I get your belt, man.
Yeah, as a notch. Hey, you can't. Well, yeah, you can't take it back. You can't take it back. No matter how bad looking they are, how nasty they are, whatever. It's etched in stone.
Sorry.
Too bad. Yeah. We'll get started, bro. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic the podcast. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know how we do, what we do when we get on this microphone and pod. Dre the Nomad, as the Prime Minister. What's going on, y'all? What's up, my guy?
What's up, partner? What's up with you, man?
Shit, I'm chilling, man. Living life. Trying to be productive in something. I don't know what I'm being productive. I'm just trying to be productive. Trying to keep myself busy.
Okay. They say what they say. Consistency is key. Whatever it is that you're doing, be consistent. It's gonna bubble.
Yeah. And the hardest thing is trying to stay busy, man. I'll be just throwing shit in my lap, man. Then next thing I know, I'll be like, fuck, it's 7 o'clock already. I'm like, damn. Yeah, I missed the whole day and like other shit I wanted to do. Yeah, man. But there's no complaints, man. Life could be a lot worse than what it is.
Facts.
So Facts. I'm not gonna complain at all, man. But what's good with you, man? How's the family? How's vacation? Well, if you want to call it a vacation.
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, I had to come up here, handle some business with the fam, but overall, I want to make sure that Adonis gets the chance to see his grandparents too, all of his grandparents actually. So, we rocking out and I'm enjoying myself, man. I ain't really got into the city and played around because I just been enjoying the crib, man. Been enjoying my folks, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I can't complain, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. You got any announcements you want to put out there?
Do I got any announcements? No, I think I'm all dried up today, man. I don't got nothing. Maybe, nah.
I forgot this last week. Only thing I do want to say, episode 100 is coming up. I know we haven't been talking about it that much or really, but we would like some ideas, things or whatever else. I think we can add it to the 100th episode. Maybe we can incorporate it, whatever else. Yeah. So we're looking for some ideas.
Hey, Rich. The more you talking now, the more I hear it.
Oh, let me back up.
Yeah, that might be it.
Let me back the mic up. Y'all, we adjusting on the fly. That sound better?
Yep.
Okay. That's what it was. We adjusting on the fly, live. But yeah, so any ideas that y'all got for us that we can use as far as in anything for our 100th episode, whether it be topics, ideas, things to add on, yeah, we appreciate that. And I don't know, there's some other stuff I want to do too, probably for all the guests that we had, try to add them in, or maybe a video or something. I don't know. We'll figure out. But this episode 94, so we got about a month and a half before that 100 episode. About 5-6 weeks. So yeah. So we'll definitely be getting on it on it quick, man. Before we get started, we can do a little recap of last week's episode, y'all. I do want to apologize again for the quality of it. We recorded, and actually while we was recording in real time, we saw the camera going out, we kept doing it, but I didn't think, it would be any audio problems, which it ended up being. And I know a lot of people was like, yeah, I didn't see no difficulties on the video or whatever. Hey, it was a good episode, and I appreciate it. When we get up here, we're gonna try to give y'all our best anyway, Right. So I appreciate y'all, telling us that it was a good video, good episode, whatever else. But what y'all don't realize, and Dre say he hasn't seen it yet, but what y'all don't realize is that there's so much content missing out of that episode. We had a whole Mother's Day talk that probably could have landed us in a little hot water at that time for some things. We had another, some other conversation that we was talking about, flying out, being flued out. Then a lot of people told me that they that our little conversation about the Drake DMs and trolling, they said that shit was funny. They liked that. It was some of that's cut off. So I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff that didn't make the episode for whatever reason. I don't know what kind of difficulties was going on or what had, but I didn't even realize it until I started editing it. But I did want to put something out, and I started not to, but since we had enough, I said, you know what, I'll put it out. But the last name topic, there was some women's like y'all don't know what it takes to go through to get your last name changed and Social Security and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. But then there was some that's like, look, I had my last name changed ASAP. Like, I got rid of the man. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want nothing to do with him. I didn't want no parts of him, and his last name was parts of him. He can have that shit. And I was like, that makes sense. If you really not rocking with a motherfucker no more, or they done you bad, you have some kind of whatever, you feelings for them that you don't care about them or whatever else, why keep his last name? Why walk around with his last name? I don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I don't get it.
Unless it's an underlying thing, an internal thing, or maybe keeping it for later. I don't know. Anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like holding on to a piece of that person.
Yeah.
Because when people address you using that last name, it's a clear reminder of that person and the times and the memories and all that other shit, I think.
Well, I would think so too.
What do we know? we just.
I ain't win, lose.
What do we know? I don't know. But yeah. Anybody say anything about it? That was a couple of things. I forgot.
No, I haven't had any feedback from last week's episode, which is quite shocking to me, man. But maybe I will later. I don't know. I really don't go asking about it either. So
Yeah, man, I get them. But to move on into, I guess, a couple like some trending. What is it? K.C. White and Vicky White. They not married. K.C. is an inmate. Vicky is was an officer in the prison, and I guess she helped him escape.
Yeah.
Police caught up with him yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was
yesterday.
Caught up with him. They led him on a high-speed chase. She shot herself in the head. I guess he's arrested. I don't know. They crashed, whatever. But when I was a CNA CNO before.
Okay.
And the one case I had, my first case, it was involving a lady that she joined the Army late. Before she joined the Army, she worked in a prison.
Okay.
The guy that she was married to was an inmate. They formed some kind of sexual relationship or whatever else. And once he got released, they got married. Now he was in prison for I think at the age of 14, 15, he killed one of his high school friends. He shot him with a shotgun. And he I think he did like 18 years or something like that.
Okay.
He was older than her. But so of course, you know what a CNO is. For our viewers and listeners that don't know, Casualty Notification Officer. So long story short, he ended up taking her life, and I was assigned to the case. And I always wonder, like, what's the deal? You can't really dictate who you love, who you fall in love with. But at the same time, they say, don't, use a person's past or judge them by their past, use against them. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't see myself, marrying a woman that's a convicted felon for murder. no matter what age she is, you know what I'm saying? No matter what age she was, unless it's, maybe, I guess, self-defense maybe. But then at the same time, you still think like, I don't know how that affected her, and if some shit happened and she just snapping his house, can I be that next motherfucker? I don't know. But that K.C. and Vicky White thing stood out to me because I'm just like it happens more often than we think it do. Like these inmate and correction officers relationships.
It's a thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess being around somebody so many hours throughout the day, and maybe they are saying whatever it is they're saying to get you on their side or show you whomever they want to be. I mean, I'm not going to talk down on it, but the only thing you have to go off of is what a person is telling you, because they showing you day in, day out. They do the same thing every day as far as routine in prison. So, I mean,
right.
Yes.
Yeah, and then risking your future. They said she was 1 day away from retirement when she broke him out.
Huh?
She was 1 day away from retiring. Her last day.
100% rat ass.
That's all I can find. But yeah, 1 day away from retirement. That is crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. Okay.
And she threw that. So that's throwing away a lot. So I guess for her to take her own life, she probably didn't have anything else to live for. I guess you fucked the retirement up. You about to go to prison. I mean, I can't do it. I don't think I got it in me to kill myself. But
no.
Something else interesting. So, lady named Emily Swaven. I'm gonna read this shit to you too. She started a petition to make well, the petition is to ban the use of the K word, which is Karen.
What?
So she said, yes, the K word is stronger than the N word, at least currently. Misogyny and patriarchy has been around longer than slavery. Just don't use either. Stop saying Karen. Karen is a sexist and racist term equivalent to the N word for white women. Calling a woman Karen is an attempt to get rid of women's rights to stand up for themselves. This is where we at in the world. We're gonna say using the word Karen is equivalent to calling somebody a nigga for white women. Can't make it up. Emily Slater, y'all can go look it up.
Listen, hey man, it's the way cookie crumbles, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where Karen came from, honestly. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, and deal with it.
Yeah, sorry, but not sorry. Hey.
Yeah.
There's so much I can say about that, especially when you start comparing using the word Karen to using the word nigga. Like it's just so much more deeper you can go, and now you're like equating whatever. But Tennessee.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Coming off the heels of this Roe versus Wade talk and all this other So there was a rumor that Tennessee, so the rumor was that Tennessee banned buying Plan Bs and the use of Plan Bs.
Right. Right.
And I don't know where, I guess people interpreted their own thing when they read it, but that's not what it was. Tennessee banned, I guess, physicians and whoever else, anybody in general that mails someone Plan B, that uses, I guess, the mailing system or whatever, as emergency contraceptives, whatever. But and they added what is a $50,000 fine for those that use that are providing, I guess, the abortion pills by the mail system.
So in retrospect, then if you're banning people from using the mailing system for Plan B, then that means that Plan B is going to be banned at some point in Tennessee. I mean, you don't. It's not already.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to read it in between.
Yeah.
Regardless, whenever that, first of all, the whole mailing system is a crock of shit. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Tell people that they can't mail Plan Bs, but bigger than that is the fact that this thing is coming, and they're going to attempt to, take away Plan Bs and make it illegal to use Plan Bs in the state. And like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, man, the fact that you are pretty much going to a point where you are making a decision for women on whether or not they want to keep babies or have babies and stuff, it's just stupid, man. It's ridiculous. And I'll never understand it, dog. I'll never understand it.
So if they had their way with Roe versus Wade, it is definitely going to be banned.
Yeah,
definitely. That's you're right. That's next. Definitely.
Yeah.
Next. They have their way with Roe versus Wade. It's
coming, man. It's coming, and it's unfortunate, dog. And I feel for women all across the world, man. Especially here in our country. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even. It's unfair. It's unjust, and it's just. It's like it's borderline imprisonment if you look at it, man. Like
it is. It is. And you're going to have a whole lot of people using other means to accomplish an abortion, which brings a whole other different problem. You know, one thing I don't like is, of course, a lot of the majority of these lawmakers are men, but there are a lot of lawmakers that are women that agree with this too. So, the whole fact that, men are telling women what to do with their body. Yes and no, but I wholeheartedly agree that a woman should be able to do whatever she wants to with her body.
Period, bro. Ain't no other way to say it though.
I saw this thing on Mother's Day, and we'll get into the Father's Day right after. But so there's a petition started, an online petition started to rename Mother's Day to Parents' Day. Why? Because it is not inclusive. So for a transgender couple or a transgender man that gives birth to a child, it doesn't include them. So the petition is to start calling it Parents' Day instead of Mother's Day.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised. The minute you said petition and you added Mother's Day, bro, I knew where you were going, man. I didn't even see that in the notes. Mm-hmm. So
but also, so we can talk about both of them. Also, there has been a petition out to change Father's Day to I forgot the name of the day. But Father's Day is supposed to be offensive to same-sex couples, i.e., two women that are married together.
Why is it offensive? Why is it offensive?
We would have to talk to some feminists to actually find that out. And maybe a same-sex couple. Like, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Exactly.
Because theoretically, same-sex couple, if you identify as two women, technically you're both the mother, right?
Yeah.
So
yes,
you both should get celebrated on Mother's Day. I don't understand why I don't know why the Father's Day term would be offensive. Just like a transgender man. So it would be a woman that transitioned into a man and gave birth to a child. Oh man, that's a lot of thought.
Yeah, but I don't know about that one, Red.
With the world, man, I
can't take this shit no more.
Where are we heading?
The hell if we don't pray.
As the OGs would say, there's a lot to for us. It's a lot to just. It's not, is I guess minimal. Like, why are we worried about these little titles and shit? But we can't. I guess in fairness, we can't tell someone what should offend them and what shouldn't. So
this is true. I try to stay. I try to, we jump into pools like this, man. I dip my toe in, I come up out of there, man. Like, you don't want to get a PC answer all the time, but also too, a lot of it just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm just ignorant. Maybe I just need to do my homework on it, or maybe I'm just old-fashioned, or maybe I just have sense. It could be one of those, regardless.
What? So I don't even think it's that. I don't think you're ignorant to the fact, or until someone could, I guess, make it make sense. It's just like the whole, well, don't call me a female thing. Until it would have to be explained first, and then when someone says, okay, I get what you're saying. That's why you would rather be called a woman, because female is kind of broad. Even though it but.
It made sense. It did make sense. So
absolutely.
For that time being, I was able to change it up. We were able to change it up, and it made sense at the time.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Let's sports talk, sports talk, sports talk, sports talk, sports talk.
Goodness.
Sports talk is coming.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Antonio Brown real quick. We can start with that. So he recently was on a podcast. You heard his comments about Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, I did.
He ain't really one of us. He's mixed. The NFL is treating him well compared to me. He ain't from the hood. Whatever else. And I hate when we do this to each other, when we, you know what I'm saying, we try to use, oh, well, they're not fully black, or they're lighter than me, or they're darker than me, to discredit someone and what they feel, how they think.
Right.
But he sounds ignorant when he talks anyway, for the most part. It's ever since whatever that tear he's been on since he left Pittsburgh. Once he started, I guess if you want to say the hit from Burfict, from I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, man, listen, I don't know what this guy has on his biscuit, man. Like, you know, to discredit, and yeah, we all know that Colin Kaepernick, you know, he took the deal that he took, you know, undisclosed amount or whatever. Nobody really knows how much it is. Mm-hmm. Today it was compensation, and he was owed compensation. Absolutely. Would he still like to play in the league? Yes. Should he still be playing in the league? Yes. But you shouldn't discredit what he went through. All because his skin is lighter than yours, or because he might not necessarily grew up like you. You know what I mean? Like, all we know, we saw what's on the documentary or the series that he put out on Netflix or whatever. Yeah. But we don't know how this man really came up. You don't fucking know. Right. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, shut the fuck up. You, at the end of the day, you want to talk about robbing motherfuckers? Shit, didn't he fucking, well, he could have potentially robbed the Raiders, but he didn't suit up. So,
yeah.
Like, another man money, what he got going on, and what's, you know, for what? Worried about that for what? Don't discredit this man. This man is a game changer. You were a game changer in your own right. He was a game changer in his own right. You stay over there. Let him stay over there. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
Couldn't have said it better. You know, and regardless of half black, 3/4 black, a quarter black, whatever else, he stood up and did what he needed to do. You know, because he felt a kind of way about how the black part, you know, or the black community or black, you know, guys, were being treated.
Right.
You know, so socially, I don't have a problem with any of it. I don't have a problem with anything Colin Kaepernick did anyway. And I could really, you know, rock with and fuck with somebody that will take a stance as he did over Antonio Brown, just because he's not black enough for you.
Yeah, it makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. Like, colorism is real in America, dog. Mm-hmm. It is honestly, you know, they say by 2000 so and so that color won't matter, man. I beg to differ. I hope that it goes away. I don't see it, man. Antonio Brown is an example of someone keeping that narrative going, dog. Like, right. Who cares? Like for real, the man was owed money. You know what I'm saying? Just like, if something happened to him, he's going to want to receive some type of compensation for it, dog. So it's like, shut up. Yeah. You're not, like, you know, you're saying different things, and he stopped playing because he wanted to stand for something, I guess. He wanted to stand up for himself, or, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What's the difference?
I don't think there is. And then the fact that he thinks that Colin Kaepernick has been treated better than him is
how? Where?
Whatever Antonio Brown went through is because he did it, right or wrong.
I mean, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what happened. Like, I hear different things. I heard that they wanted him to play on a bum ankle. You know what I mean? I hear different things talking about the after effect, like him, like walking off the field and shit like that.
Well, yeah. Well, no. So, New England.
Okay.
They released him because of the news of the sexual, what was it? Not sexual assault, domestic violence or whatever that shit came out.
Yeah.
He with the Raiders.
Right.
He could have still been in Oakland, well, Las Vegas now.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know what happened with that. I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really pay attention to dude that much to his off the field antics. I don't pay attention to it, man. Yeah, so but I will say from what I remember about it that a lot of it is self-inflicted, man. He played Vicky as opposed to Colin Kaepernick. This shit is in your face right here. Black booted out of the league. Like, it is undeniable.
Right. And maybe that's what he was trying to get at, to say he's kind of blackballed. I doubt it. Because he worked his way out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But whatever. I haven't looked at the full schedule. I think it's out now, but I think it's week 1 or week 2. San Fran is in Charlotte.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Gotta go.
I know. Yeah, there's no question about it. Like, what else is there? No question about it, dog.
Shout out to the NFL for bringing San Fran over here. We need this. We need this.
Yeah.
I can go catch this game. NBA playoffs. We can jump into it real quick.
All right.
You watched last night's games?
Last night's games?
Yeah.
I watched I did. I watched both games. Well, most second game. I watched all of the first game between Boston and Milwaukee, man. Shout out to Al Horton for drinking a motherfucking Gator. Man, like I've always been somebody that liked Al Horford, even his days back in Florida, man. Like guys with games like his, man, not the flashy type, but still in his own right, man, a solid basketball player. And he showed it last night, man. Shout out to him, dog.
Yeah, definitely found the youth. He came alive. Alive. And 7?
Yeah. I think it's gonna go 7.
Is that good for Boston without Milwaukee having Chris Middleton? Because I'm thinking he gonna be back sometime soon. Maybe not. I don't know. He might be ruled out for this whole series.
I think it's a testament to how dominant Giannis is, man.
It is.
You know, like if you're not for those of us that are living under a rock, or those of you who are living under a rock, man, Giannis is a force. Giannis is the most dominant player in basketball, and it's not even close. It's not even close. He does what he wants to do, man. And you know, with a guy like that on your team, you always got a chance, right? But again, it took for Al Horford to have. He won't have another game like that in his career.
No, that's the first game of his career. 30-point game of his career. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
right in the playoffs. And so it took that for them to get over the hump, because you look at it. I mean, Milwaukee. You know, I would say Milwaukee had him in the chokehold for a second, for a good minute.
It did.
Yeah. So, shout out to him, Al Horford, man. But. And I think it's a testament to how dominant Giannis is, man.
Right.
And Milwaukee's not a bad team if you look at the makeup of it. It's really I'm not going to say they're perfect, but the pieces that they have everything. Right.
They put the pieces in place around their superstar or superstars that needed to be there, instead of going the other route as LA Lakers did. Like, we're going to surround LeBron with some of the best talent ever.
It's a team, and the team they are a complete team. People, and I just shouted out Giannis, but overall, if you look at, they do have a well-rounded team, man. They do. They do rebounders, ball handlers. You know what I mean? Floor shooters. They have every scrappy guys. They have everything, man.
They are. The Golden State Memphis game that kind of went the way I foreseen it going. I mean, but I guess it's a little closer than I thought it should have been. I would think that Golden State would probably have beat them a little more convincingly without John Moran in the game.
Yeah, of course, everybody thought that, going into last night, but also too, look at it from a standpoint of this. It's a lot of young, up and coming talent down there in Memphis, and you mix in with, Curry being off early, Golden State being off early, but I knew probably around the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter, where they were still down like 8, and I said, okay, they're gonna slow roll them, basically. Somebody on Memphis, this is like championship basketball. I think the announcer was saying last night, it's the difference between talent and championship basketball. Right. They were 8 points for like 6 minutes to go, and for me, it was a no-brainer what was about to happen. Somebody is going to do something stupid, and Golden State is going to capitalize on that mistake, and they're going to ride off with this W. And that's exactly what happened, man. Dylan Brooks took stupid shots. He took a stupid shot, gave up an and one, which put him up by points. Jaren Jackson came down and did something ridiculous, like his stupid ass shot. You know what I mean? You were in a position. They were in a position to win the ball game. They were. But again, I guess how you lead on the floor, you see what happens.
Right. Series over?
Yes.
You don't think Memphis get another one?
No.
I don't. And I think we talked about this maybe after game 1 or game 2. Could Ja continue on the tear that he was going on against them, logging those minutes? And of course, the injury was kind of a fluke one, I guess, or whatever else. But that's kind of what happened when you play the style of ball he played and you play the minutes. I'm pretty sure he's close to 48 minutes both games.
I have to look into that. I don't know. He plays a shit ton of minutes, though. I agree with you. He plays a shit.
He hits the floor a lot. He is a lot of impact. His point paints, he scores more in the paint than he do outside. So so that's a lot of impact. A lot of Do
you think that the play was dirty? That sidelined him. Do you think it was dirty?
The knee grab or knee hit?
Knee grab.
Nah, I think he was going for the ball. Yeah, I don't think it was dirty. Do I think it probably aggravated or affected? Yeah, but I mean that's what happened. I mean, it could have easily been him, trying to slap for the ball and slap the man across the face. So I mean, it happens when you're reaching for the ball. I mean, if you miss it, you're either gonna swipe the person or you're gonna swipe air. Yeah, what happens? I mean, we see more of us get hit in the dick unintentionally all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, it happens, but I don't think it was dirty play, man.
Yeah,
they can paint that narrative. They can hold on to that till next year. That'd be fuel in the fire for whatever they want to do. So
yeah, you can bust up on this one. I believe.
Yeah.
Now, if Ja comes back and that'll be one for.
Now I would love to see him come back and take this to 7. We have an epic game 7, but do I think it's gonna happen? No. Did you see Philly and Miami being tied 2-2?
I'm happy my man James Harden woke up. I'm happy about it because it looked like, you know,
Time. It's about time.
he did MJ's Invisible Juice last week. I told you, and I guess MJ's secret stuff, not Invisible Juice. That's Any Given Sunday. MJ's secret sauce or stuff. I guess he got him a shot, and he went to town last night, man, or night before last. He went to town.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But wasn't a player.
Yes, he did. That the game 3 was interesting to me because they was coming off of getting blew out by 20 plus points.
Yeah.
And you know, and they ended up beating Miami by like almost close to 20, you know, game 3. So I'm like, man, like that's almost like a 40-point swing. Like that was the difference that Joel made made in between game 2 and game 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he disrupts a lot. He does everything. He does everything. I mean, so obviously MVP caliber player.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not surprised, man. MB changed shit on the court, man.
Shout out to Danny Green.
What's up?
Shout out to Danny Green for
finding the basket again. Yeah, because he's looking like the mystery meat
for about 2 years now. Yeah, ever since the bubble, man, he ain't looked the same. God.
Yeah.
What do you have that series? Obviously, it's changed, you know, from what we thought. Because I said 5. I said if Philly play another game like they did game 2, it's gonna be a clean sweep. But we here 2-2 tied.
If Harden plays like he played last night, if he can cope with Embiid and with the young boy, what's his name, Maxey?
Yeah.
I know I'm stating the obvious here, folks. Don't kill me for it. But we haven't seen it in the playoffs or this. So I think if those 3 can gel, man, more than anything, if Harden and Embiid can keep it going, I don't think Miami can beat them.
I'm with you. I would say I'm inclined to say 7. I think barring any other, I guess, injuries, anything to Embiid, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for Miami. It's gonna be tough for them. I know who Embiid is, how he plays, and what he do, but the way Miami was playing, you know, I felt like, you know, wow, even with Embiid on the floor, like that's a lot to make up. But I mean, they proved that shit wrong because he is a big difference maker.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah. Phoenix, Dallas, 2-2. Luka is having his way the last 2 games.
Oh my God. You know, and I expected at home from Luka. I expected, you know, the bench, the role players, you know, you're always going to play better at home. Well, usually you're going to play better at home. You know, I don't know what it is. And, you know, for the past couple of games, man, you know, CP3's been a turnover machine, and I can't quite figure out why. Like, I guess you have to attribute it to defense by Dallas. Are we going to go with that? I mean, I saw a couple of balls, man, where, you know, he was dribbling and the shit just bounced off his hand or some shit, like how he just did on the first Space Jam, like he forgot how to. Oh,
do you think it's that big of a difference between the home and away game, though? Because I mean, that's kind of the common theme from all them series besides the Golden State Memphis. Like we seen like Miami went to Philly and then looked like the Miami that we saw in Miami. The same thing with Phoenix and Dallas. You know, Phoenix went to Dallas and I don't know who, like them motherfuckers look like the Bad News Bears. Yeah.
I do think it plays a big part in it. I think, fan energy is real, man, and I honestly believe even with playing, the amount of sport the sports that I played when I was younger, fan energy is everything, man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's a big difference between being in a gym where everybody loves you and supports you and it's you, as opposed to going into another gym and you everything but the child of God. You know what I mean? It plays on your psyche. It really does. It
Yeah.
shouldn't, but it does. That it's the human factor. You know what I mean?
I can attest to that. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that.
Yeah.
What do you have this series going now?
Uh 4-2 Phoenix.
I want to say 4-2 Phoenix myself, but it's looking more like 7.
It looks like 7. But I think that Phoenix will be able to will it back in, and we'll get back to the regular scheduled program and how they play. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like Dallas, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Dallas. Like, I don't believe this is not the better team. I know the better team is all,
Mhm.
but Phoenix is resilient. So I think they'll show and prove that in the upcoming games. Next 2 games. I give them the next 2 games and get them up out of here, man. Go on fishing.
Yeah, and I think you give Chris Paul and Monty Williams enough time to correct what went wrong in 3 and 4. That makes a big difference. Any thoughts on Joker winning the MVP?
I like Joker, man, and congratulations to him on winning the back-to-back. They were making a joke. He went from being drafted during a Taco Bell commercial to you know what I'm saying? I think it could have went either way. It could have went to him. It could have went to Embiid. You know what I mean? I really do. I thought Embiid would have got the nod, but he didn't. I was wrong on that. And he deserves it.
Yeah, and it's a regular season award, so I mean, everybody. I mean, if they was to do the vote 2 weeks from now, it would be Embiid hands down because people have a more of a sample size of what Embiid is doing right now. So yeah, I mean, I can't knock Joker for not getting out the first round and say, oh, he doesn't deserve it. So
yeah, no, definitely can't do that. Can't think of it that way. I used to, but now it is. You have to look at it. It is a regular season award, and for the fact that him not having Jamal Murray and him still getting his team to where he got them, in a pretty competitive West. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, we good on sports, man. Thug and Gunna hit with RICO charges. That's big.
It's huge.
That is. And usually when they bring RICO charges on somebody, because they already know they already know what they need to know. Somebody been talking.
Right. And I saw from what I saw, I gather is that they're saying that Thugger was involved with the attempt on
Lucci.
Yeah, Lucci.
Yeah, YFN. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucci, and that has a lot to do with what's going on. So, excuse me. Yeah, that has a lot to what's going on. I even forgot that those two had an issue, man. But
yeah,
the guy got stabbed up in jail. So
why he
blaming it?
Oh yeah.
That's major. It's unfortunate, and I don't know the part that Gunna played in any of that. But it's looking like he may be guilty by association, man.
Yeah, I think for a lot of them that's what it is. They said 56 charges. Actually, before we started, they went back as far as in 2012 to say there's a guy in Atlanta that got killed. They said Young Thug ordered the hit, and the rental car that the guys used was purchased or rented by Young Thug. Don't know how true it is, but whew. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're gonna see what happens. I hope they got their paper together, man. It's, you know, you hate to see shit come back and bite you in the ass, but I will say this: if he is a part or he had a hand in the attempt on Lucci's life, man, hey, then you get what you deserve, bro.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to say that, man. Like, you get what you if that part is true, then you know, you get what you deserve, man. And
they said the second attempt.
oh,
So that would, so I guess he orchestrated two.
did somebody try to shoot at him a couple of years ago? I think so.
Yeah.
I think
yeah. So I think they're saying the first and the second was by him.
Well, you know what? Just having my into the streets and knowing a couple of things and knowing a couple of people, I will say, you know, I always clown Thug about, you know, those blouses and all that shit that he puts on. You know what I mean? You know, all that crap that just isn't, that seems to be fashion, today's up and coming fashion. But from a couple of people that shall remain nameless, that motherfucker don't play. According to people that I know, that he don't play.
I believe it. But I mean, I think we probably heard enough about that YSL group, gang, clique, whatever you want to call it. And the motherfuckers is heavy in Atlanta.
Well, I don't know nothing about them. I don't know anything about that. But I'm talking about from when this guy came into the game, like.
But you know, he's the founder and starter of that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure for him to be a leader, like he ain't that the motherfucker to be fucked with.
Right.
Not at all. I sent you a video of Ari Fletcher, which is G Herbo's mother.
Yeah.
First reports was said that she was in a strip club with a 4-year-old son, you know, which came to find out she wasn't in the strip club. She was in a house rented. I guess they rented or purchased or used for a party or whatever else.
Right.
But I mean, the fact that it was mistaken as a strip club says enough.
Okay, they said, hey, you had that baby in that club. Okay. Whatever y'all say, boo. Sign that petition. Do what you need to do.
It's a petition for what?
Take your son and give him to his daddy.
For real?
How you gonna get a position to voluntarily give my baby to somebody who ain't even asking for him? Y'all crazy. Whoever made that position, I wish nothing but greatness for you.
I want to see it. I want to give them signatures.
Yes, baby, they said get us to 100.
Oh, 100? Oh, they can find 100 haters.
You can find 10 million haters. One thing about it, Santana ain't going nowhere, baby. Nobody in their right mind would have a 4-year-old. Who would even let a 4-year-old in the club? Like, that's, come on now, like, be for real. Stop. Because if I would offer you $20,000 to rent your crib out, you would let me do it. No question asked. And I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 year olds in your crib. And you would do nothing. Like, it's private. No one can come in. And it's not the club. Stop being weird. That's just not tasteful. Nobody in there right.
Yeah, if you look at the video, yes, in fact it does look like it could be a strip club, right? It really does, right? And then I think so I can see why people would believe that it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The bottom line is that, you know, they're talking about how she was twerking and how the baby was in there and things like
Playing with his toys and shit while she just
yeah, like
over. Yeah.
balloons and shit, and she in there dropping it. You gotta be careful what you put on the net. Like, what did you expect to happen? Like, what did she expect to happen, dog? I mean, I hope that he wasn't in harm's way, but it's about perception, man.
It is. And so I don't, for me, whether it's a strip club or not, I see that video, I got an issue. I got problems. I'm like, hey, what the fuck going on? Why is my son, you know, right there?
Why are you doing it in front of my
Yeah.
kid?
Why are you doing? Do you want me renting out? You know what I'm saying? Like. So imagine if it was G Herbo. He had some women in front of him, Tori. He thought like in a rented house or something. The internet would be going crazy right now. Unsuitable father, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Go get him now.
Yes, yeah.
Now.
And she had the nerve to say, why would I have my son in a club that's tasteful? That's tasteless.
Yeah.
But the video I saw wasn't tasteful.
When your son on the couch and you dropping it,
yeah, you working in front of a woman and they like slapping your ass and all, like, oh
my. little boy watching it.
You know what else stood out to me? I said this to you, and y'all, we will include the video in there, and for those of y'all that's watching, we will include it so y'all can see it, and y'all have better, you know, context or whatever. But what else stood out to me is when the second video I sent you, she was talking, and the dude that was there, and she was like, yeah, they want to take your son and give him back to his daddy.
Uh-huh.
I was like, whoa, okay.
Perception, man. Like who that doesn't show. Like you can't perception again. Like wow, you can't judge her mothering style or her nurturing style off of one video.
No.
But if you have to go off of, then so be it.
True. How would you feel if you heard one of your baby mothers talk to another man and said, yeah, I'm about to go drop your son off to his father?
Wait, explain it again.
I said, how would you feel if you heard one of your baby mothers talking to a guy they're dating, a guy, whoever? It's not you that they're talking to. They was talking about you, say, yeah, I'm about to go drop your son off to his father or your daughter off to his father.
What? Like that's
what stood out to me when she said that to the other dude. She's like, yeah, they want to take your son away and give him to his father. I'm like, well, okay. Are they trying to push G Herbo buttons or what?
I didn't even catch that, man. But if that's the case, then that's definitely somebody trying to poke the bell. You know, ridiculous. Nobody would like no shit like that. I have to look in. I want to look into that myself. Actually, damn.
Any thoughts on Kevin Samuels passing?
R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels, man. You know, I, for one, just thinking about some of the things or looking back on some of the things that the man will be remembered as. And I saw one post that said, you know, this is a prime example of what you put in the universe and what you will be remembered as and why it's important to make sure you put tasteful things into the universe. right? It's unfortunate what happened to dude, man. But it's also like, it's crazy to, it's so many women that are pretty much saying like, hey, he got what he deserved based off his beliefs.
Which is terrible in itself. I don't agree with that, and I don't believe that at all. I'm not a subscriber to Kevin Samuels. While I do think a lot of what he said is true, I also believe a lot of what he said is false. He's an opinionated man, just like there's opinionated women that are relationship counselors and experts and all this other stuff. So
right.
I'm not gonna wish death on him or celebrate his death. Just like if it's, it could be Donald Trump. If he dies, he dies. It's not gonna bother me either way. I'm not going online to celebrate it, just because he said some things and did some things I dislike.
Right.
I think what gets lost in the translation is his delivery probably could have been better at times.
No question about it.
But a lot of us are used to hearing the nice version of things. And like I said, it could have been better. But not only did he say things about women,
is what it's about.
He talked about men too. Beta men with beta traits are not suitable for wives. They can't protect their women. Unmarried men are looked upon as unstable. Men that date women with no intentions to marry are jokesters. Men that are average are only subjected to getting average or below average women. And I can go on and on and on and on. Those are a couple of quotes. Someone said something. They said the majority of the women that were hurt by it are the ones that it applied to, which I guess can hold a lot of credence. Who knows? People use their hit dog will holler line,
right,
when it's convenient for them.
Right.
I don't know. Rest in peace. Condolences out to his family, his loved ones, and it, more interesting enough, his fan base was more women than men.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And here's the thing. And you as a content creator, us as content creators, we know this. Like anything that you say on this podcast, they can take a 5, 10, 15-second clip of it and put it somewhere and like, Dre hate black women, Dre hate women, Reg hate women. These two motherfuckers, they are toxic. All they do is blah, 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 whatever else. And I don't believe we have said anything like that. But, you don't get the full context of what was said or understand anything until you watch the whole clip. Like people will see a 15-second clip and formulate a whole bunch of views and opinions instead of sitting down and watching the whole 10, 15-minute segment of what he said and why he said it. And I'm like, okay, that shit kind of made sense. Or no, it didn't make sense. Because again, a lot of people you'll ask, have you watched a full Kevin Samuels show? They'll be like, no.
I listened to a couple of them, man, and that's what I came up with. Like at the end of the day, it was just a matter of his delivery and how he said it, and how I think people don't like to hear, and I'm saying men and women, certain things that he said, like, yeah, you can't put everybody in one pot and say, hey, if you're this, then this applies to you. Right. Like, it's just not, you know what I mean? But for a vast majority of some of the things that he was saying about relationships, about classes, it's all about class. It was all about classes. Mm-hmm. And then you look at the end of the day, look at where the fuck the man lived at. He lived in Atlanta, where, keeping up with the Joneses is a real thing. And class, the tiers of classes is a real thing in Atlanta. And so, of course, the shit that he's saying and the shit that he sees, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be loud and clear in a town like that. Yeah. So, RIP.
Yeah. RIP. And it's nasty that people are actually, that way, I guess, to where it's like celebrated, this man's depth, the way they, but I mean, for someone to bother you that much that you don't know, for you to be happy that they're dead and celebrate it, like, that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you and your character.
When you don't like what you hear, just unsubscribe. That's it.
Yeah, which is it sounds easy and should be easy.
It is easy.
Apparently not for a lot of these motherfuckers, though.
It's very. Trust me, I've done it for some pretty prominent figures in the country. I won't say who, for my own protection. But I've turned the volume down on quite a few people. It was so simple.
And you can mute a specific name. You can mute a specific name. I don't know how, but you can.
I don't know how, but I do know how to not listen to people that I don't fuck with. I know how to do that. I do that well.
Yeah, I know how to see a name and keep scrolling. Like, okay, all right.
No, right. Moving on. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, RIP to K.Samuels, his family, his loved ones, people that really like care for him and his fans base.
Right.
I'm not gonna wish death or ill on anyone, regardless of the message they say or whatever else. If that was the case,
right.
I don't want that karma negative energy on me in any way. You got any thoughts on this Jack Harlow album? Did you listen to it?
I did listen to it.
You did or didn't?
I did.
Okay.
I think the production aspect of it was pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? Okay. I think they went a little overboard as far as well, I'll leave that piece last. Overall, I thought it was an okay album, man, for who I thought or how I view him as an artist. I think it was an okay album. I didn't expect for him to just blow me away with bars. You know what I mean? I expected him to talk about what he talked about. He talked about his upcoming. He talked about women and how he views things. And he talked, I thought it was an okay album. I don't, flow wise, I think the way he sounds, you can compare him to Mac Miller, like literally, like the way he sounds. But as far as content, it's not even close to me. But it was an okay album, man. It wasn't bad. I will say, people are talking about this was Drake's best verse in the last 6 years. Like, come on, guys.
Can we stop?
Come on.
Yeah. Can y'all So
come on, guys.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm with you. I'll give it okay at best. Not really for me. I don't think it's better than his first one, which I'm not a real big fan of. He's just not for me. Jack Harlow's not for me. Okay. He has the engine behind him because you can look at the list and the features. You can tell he has the machine behind him. So of course, it's going to be a lot. This album is going to sell just because of that alone. Yeah, the Drake verse, man. I don't think these people listen to Drake enough to understand what's going on, to even say this is his best verse. I don't think, and I think we probably fall in that trap a lot, and that's maybe why the Jack Harlow album isn't all that good to me, because I tend to listen to these words and lyrics a little more than anything else. And if that's what I'm looking for, Jack Harlow ain't gonna give it to me.
So the bars,
exactly.
If you hear bars, that's not the album for you. No.
Right. Yeah. So
no.
Yeah, and the same thing, with Drake. Like, no, y'all are not listening to Drake. Y'all can't tell me y'all listening to Drake if y'all are going to crown this as his best verse or whatever in the last 6 years. Y'all are not listening to Drake. Y'all can't be. There's no way. There's no way. That's my thoughts on Jack Harlow album. It is okay. But I would say the hype surrounding it was a lot more than I thought was warranted. But I understand, he has drama behind him. He has Diddy behind him. He has a whole machine that they're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And you know, is a white guy in rap. So they're looking for the next one. So
The boy is talented.
huh?
I said the man is talented.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Yep.
think all of them. I mean, yeah, to make it at this level and to sell the albums that, you know, and he has a #1 hit that First Class, which I don't even think is all that good. I think it's more catchy than anything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it's more catchy than anything. So I think that's what makes it a good. And I mean, you get a good chick song, you're gonna knock it out the park anyway. So
You need that. You gotta have that.
so yeah, that's my thoughts on it, man. I don't know. Congratulations, Jack Harlow, on album #2. They rolled the carpet out for him at the Kentucky Derby and all that other shit. When they literally they didn't, but he had some niggas carrying him, which
Well, they showed him love, him being from
Yeah.
Louisville. You know what I mean? That's got to
Yeah.
be a big thing. You could tell, you know what I mean? He was excited or whatnot. I did see the guys carrying him for it. It's,
Right.
you know, he was dirty, whatever. I'm not even going to go
and
in.
he's living his dream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
for the, you know, I always go back to Los in one of his raps. You know, he said, looking down on his city, the same city that overlooked him. And I think that is a prime example of that. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure he even says in the album, like, you know, he wasn't the hot thing in Louisville. You know, so but look at him now. He at the Derby. You know, you know, and I know it's a huge thing out there. So
Yeah.
shots that man, well deserved. Put in the work.
He did. You know, so I guess for a sense, and we transitioned, we all kind of for the most part, a lot of people date off of or for potential, you know, when they're dating people.
Yeah.
You think there's a specific age that we should stop dating for potential, or looking at, you know, potential and like, okay, this person, like, I don't care about the potential. They need to be solidified. I don't care about, you know, they have the potential to be this or do that, or, you know, they're working on themselves. Like, is there a specific age?
I don't know if it's a specific age. I think it has everything to do with where you are in your life. And here's why: because if you are willing to see it through, and someone with said potential, you're willing to see it through and see if there's light at the end of the tunnel, or if they have what it takes to go where you think and where they think they could go, so be it. But if you're in a predicament where, you know, you may have, you know, 2, 3, or 1 kid or whatever, and you need the help and you need the guidance, you need somebody that's established now. You know, it's about where you are in your life, man. I don't think it's an age thing, you know what I mean? Because talking about it from a potential standpoint, we can have plenty of potential, and we just talked about it, consistency, right? You know, I'm not, you know, we both are over fucking 30, right? But at the end of the day, we still have dreams, we still have ambition. You know what I'm saying? We still have potential to someone or whatever at some point. Absolutely. Like, you don't know, you might be right here at the brink of it. And so age doesn't really make a difference, in my opinion. It doesn't really make a difference, man. It's just about where that other person is, where you are in your life, man. That matters on whether or not you can ride off of the potential or whatnot.
Right. I agree with you. I you know, I think that's something big that a lot of people, I guess, look at when it comes into dating, like, far as in the aspect of what they have going on for themselves, what they can do, or what direction are they moving into. But then you have a lot that already want everything established. Like, no, like, you know, you need to already be at a certain place. But like you said, where you at as the person, I think the other stuff, if you're looking for specifics, if you're situated and comfortable with where you're at as a person, that other stuff don't matter a whole lot.
Okay.
You know, but I guess, you can equate that to a lot of stuff. Like, okay, what's the potential that, you're going to be able to love me the way that I want to be loved, or you're going to be a great mom. You're a great woman in general. So I don't know. I heard that quote the other day, someone said, things will be better once we stop dating off potential. And I didn't quite catch it because I'm like, well, we base so much off of, what somebody's capabilities are.
I think you have to. Obviously, I'm not saying you have to. You should. We should, as look at, like you just said, as potential, like people being potential parents. You know what I mean? Like you have to look at a person like, okay, I can see what you should look at a person and say, hey, I can see them as being a great mom or a great dad, great parent, whatever you want to call it. Not right. Be. So I'm gonna ride with what I said before, man. It's about where you are in your life, for sure. So potential matters from a parent aspect. I'm sure it's a few others, but that sticks out to me, like you just said. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, for sure.
It does. As far as in dating,
all right.
When you're dating, until you're exclusive.
Okay.
Are you exclusive?
Are you exclusive until you're exclusive?
So until you're exclusive, like let's say you're dating, do you relatively, or do you think we should relatively, I guess, limit ourselves to one person, or do you open date? So me, I'm a firm believer. I'm going to open date until I am exclusive. Like I'm not going to, not saying I'm out here fucking 3, 4, 5, 6 different women. But I don't think me or anyone else should just limit themselves to one person if there's no exclusivity, if that hasn't been talked about or agreed upon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think at some point in time in my life, I've probably stopped putting all the eggs in one basket.
Okay.
And I'm going to, okay, we ain't exclusive. We just talking. We went on, a date or two or whatever else. Yeah, let me go ahead and cut everybody else off and just, nah.
I'm with you. Different strokes for different folks show. I think it's so much when it boils down to stuff like that, man. I think it could be, fine print involved, like in being exclusive. You know what I mean? Somebody might have a reason as to why they can't be quote unquote exclusive. And when I say exclusive, I mean, maybe. Are you saying exclusive? When you say exclusive, are you saying like letting the world know, or letting people know, or just actually putting a title on it? Which one are you referring to?
So putting the title, and it don't even have to be the world or people. It can be like you two. Y'all came to that agreement, like, okay, there's no outside entities.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I think it's it's a conversation to have with that person, man. I've seen both sides of the spectrum. I see. Mm-hmm. I think. For some, it's a way to protect yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you play the field, as opposed to putting all your eggs in one basket. But you could say the same thing about fucking, having this person that you have a title with, or you don't have a title with, but you still want to. Maybe you just want to see what's to come or what's to happen. Right. You know what I mean? Or test yourself. You know what I mean? I've been in situations where I just wanted to test myself and to make sure that I could do what I was supposed to do as a man and, stick with one woman. You know what I mean? So it's just for the title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it involves a conversation too, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of you just putting the title on it or locking this person down. So I think, here's an old saying, because and we ain't even had this in notes. A lot of people, especially women, will fuck their way into a relationship. And you might not even know it.
You said, oh man, you gonna get killed for that one, boy. You said women?
No, well, a lot of women have. So because well, those aren't my words, but but I'll own it. I'll own it. But I'm pretty sure you've been into a situation before where you and a young lady were, I guess, having sex,
Right.
and maybe something happened, and she used the sex as a, well, if we aren't blah 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 blah, then why did you fuck me?
Oh yeah, many moons ago. Yeah, of course. Many moons ago. Like,
But
yeah.
so our good friend Aisha, shout out to Aisha. Aisha has said numerous times on this podcast, on us being on hers, if we have sex, you my boyfriend.
Yeah. I think okay, I understand what you're saying. Like, they use that as reasoning to say that once this happens, if we're intimate, if we're sexually active, then that means that we are an item. Yeah.
And you may not
Okay.
even know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I've heard it a couple times.
Me too. No.
But that's not where we were going. But I think that is a good example of, the conversation need to be had as far as in the exclusivity part and everything else, because you do have a lot of, whether it's a man or a woman walking around, doing their thing, and somebody else hurt, mad in their feelings because, like, hold on, nigga, we just fucked last night. I looked and you on a date on Instagram.
You better talk before you get your feelings hurt. You better talk about it before you get your feelings hurt. For those that's doing it, that's out there. It's some motherfuckers out here, men and women, that's giving it up like that now.
Yeah,
I think funny. All you gotta do is talk about it.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, and let's not say, I want to say, let's not say women, because I think there are probably some men that will fuck their way into a relationship and say, hey.
But yeah,
so
you can look at that from both sides of the fence, man.
We'll say that.
But I know why you said what you said. I was just fucking with you.
We'll say that, man. But a lot of people, and a lot of times, we tend to take insecurities into relationships. But what about taking like insecurity as far as like things that happened to you in previous relationships, like bad things that made you insecure about certain things? What about the good things?
The good things that happen between you and someone else, do you take those into a... Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Or is that tricky?
I know why you're saying it's tricky. I think surface level, you take it into a relationship, and then you let it evolve into whatever you and your partner turns it into. Like, and I'll give an example. Like, if you in your relationship, one of the things that you like to do or that work well is going out, in the evening and, I don't know, going for ice cream, right? Going for ice cream. And then through that, you and your partner, y'all have some of the best conversations, and, the communication is A1. It's clarity on things that seem a little cloudy, shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surface level. So you say, okay, for whatever reason, you and that partner didn't work out, right? So going into your next relationship, I'm not necessarily saying, hey, we should go to the same ice cream parlor and go get ice cream at the same time and talk. No, but you should say, okay, I know that if I set this time aside that there's potential for it to benefit me and my partner. So let me try it this way. May not be ice cream. Maybe it's just a walk around the dang on track. You know, maybe it's renting fucking bicycles. I don't know. It could be throwing rocks at a fence. I don't know. But the basis is setting aside that time to communicate. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way I take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I do think it's rare that or people take those good things, because people always tell you about the bad shit versus, and maybe I don't want to hear about the good shit, but I mean,
Cool.
I think, but I think the bad shit probably molds relationships more than those good things. For what reason? I don't know why. And I think we probably, as people, we're programmed or wired just to more or less gravitate to the bad, versus the good. When you start like they always say, you can find more bad things to say about something than good things, a lot of times. Or when you ask for reviews, people tend to go to the negative reviews first, then the positive.
Mm. Okay.
Versus, hey, yeah, man. Well, nah. You sure you want to hear about the good too?
Yeah, I want to hear about the good too.
Mm.
I want to hear about the good too. I want to know. I want to know. So I know what going into whatever, like what your expectation is as far as good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying like I need to go in depth as far as like what went on in the bedroom and shit like that. No,
you're right.
But I do want to know if you had a healthy sex life, if you had or exciting sex life, or it included that type of stuff. Or I do want to know if I want to know those type of things. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna help me. And again, I'm gonna put my own sauce on it. I'm not gonna try to be like the next man. No, I ain't gonna do that. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna implement what you're telling me, what your needs are, and meet you where your needs are, bro.
Okay. And I got stumped. So here's another example. Probably a better example. When talking to someone that means somebody, you find out more about their red flags, or you find out their red flags before the green flags. You know what I'm saying? Like the good thing, like they'll like a motherfucker tell you all the shit they don't like. Oh, I don't like narcissists. I don't like insecure people. I don't like da 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 da. But you find all that out before you find out what are the green flags they like.
You're saying usually
in a person.
You're saying usually. Okay.
For the most part.
You know what? Yeah, I guess I'm blessed because I can't really say that I've experienced more the bad, hearing about the bad and hearing about the good. But I do know instances where that's a true statement, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe that's, but I think that could be. Are you saying you think that's a bad thing?
It could be. It could be. I these days I'm more inclined to want to hear about these green flags that you look for, you like, or you possess.
So okay. So then, what if that's their way of being straightforward?
Then it is. I mean, it is. It is. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, this is no shit what I can't deal with. And here's why.
Yeah. You can give me both of them. They can give me both of them. But people are more inclined to give you those negatives first and talk about them more in depth and in detail.
And that's why I'm asking.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Do you view it as negative? Do you view that as being a negative thing or a bad thing? That's what I'm asking.
No.
But yeah, you're right though. I get it. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Well,
but I mean, just for instance, God willing, my baby moms, when they speak about me, they talk about, the good times and good things we did versus, because I know a lot of women that, when you talk to them, they don't got nothing good to say about their baby fathers or their exes. And I'm
As
like,
fathers,
I'm like, this motherfucker couldn't be all bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on now.
it all depends on what light, bro. If you're talking about him as a parent, that's about him as talking about somebody as a lover. You know what I mean? I would like to hope that I'm a knockout park dad, right? You know,
Yeah.
heavyweight as a dad, but guess what? For reasons, for a multitude of reasons, I'm not with either of them. So, and I'm pretty sure that they would blame it on me, or blame not solely on me, but blame a lot of it on me. So, what are you really going to have to say about a person normally that you know anymore? You're going to probably have more negative shit to say about them. You know what I mean? That's just the nature of the beast from a lover aspect.
Right. Which may not always be the case though, because a lot of people fail to accept their roles or responsibility and why shit didn't work.
The minute you start doing it, the minute that you will be clear on who is a person, I promise.
That is a whole nother conversation too.
Yeah, let that one ride for today.
The responsibility, man. Let's get into these
Let's get it.
Speaking of that, what did your last relationship teach you, whether it was good or bad?
My last relationship taught me to pay attention to nonverbal communication just as much as you pay attention to verbal.
Wow.
Yeah. For sure, because I think had I seen if I just would have looked, I would have, you know what I mean, different things, and maybe could have been rectified, maybe not, but I would have saw a lot more. I would have known a lot more if I just would have really paid attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
We I think you said that early, like on a previous, we talked about that, how much more the things that are unsaid mean than the things that are said.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive we did, but maybe we didn't. I think we did talk about it, whether we touched up on it or not.
So if you ask me anything,
that means a lot, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
That means a lot. As for me, I think knowing when to let go of a situation, knowing when to let go, when because there a lot of times, us as men, we fall into that trap of thinking that we are fixers, which we are, but there are times, more times than not, that you can't resuscitate the situation.
Yeah, after yeah, I can't say
there
more
are times. But I mean, trying to, I guess, identify them and know them. I guess it's one of those, know when to hold them, know when to fold them thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what's playing in my head just now. Yeah.
Shout out to Willie. Shout out to Willie Nelson. The great. But yeah. So yeah. If I had to say one thing that my last relationship taught me is that part. And if I had another one, I would say probably I would be a little more, I guess, thoughtful, and I guess things I do, you know, because, you know, for not being in a relationship for so long, you kind of, once you get in one and you know, you have to kind of program yourself to think like, okay, I'm not only affecting me when I do certain things. You know, there is another person that you have to take in consideration now.
Okay, I get where you're going. All right. Not just thinking about okay.
So that would be that. What's your biggest strength and weakness?
Period.
Yeah.
My biggest strength. My biggest strength is probably acknowledging the human factor in situations.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I know what's supposed to happen. I know what right looks like, but I also know that humans equal error. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, you know, I ain't saying I'm gonna let everything fucking slide, but I'm gonna have some type of empathy. I have empathy for those who fuck up.
Okay.
And my weakness would be once I'm locked in on the thought, it's hard. It's hard to change my mind. I don't know I'm stern. I'm stern in my beliefs.
Okay.
That's a weakness that I do have, because looking at and I've said it on here before, like, if I'm saying something out of my mouth, I've thought about it. Usually I've thought about it, you know, 2 or 3 or 10 times over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So in a debate, I always feel like I'm gonna win in a debate because I'm coming with cold hard facts, and my cold hard facts is what it is. So fuck what you think.
Right.
You know,
right.
That's just, you know, and it is a weakness because I don't know everything.
Right. Okay. So with that, could you get locked into, I guess, thinking that your way is the only way?
At times.
And you kind of dismiss what somebody else may think or feel?
At times, because I think, yeah, at times,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
yeah,
that would definitely make it weak. Absolutely.
Because it just doesn't make, sometimes it just doesn't make sense to me that you could think. You know what I'm saying? It's think the way
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, let me stop. Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But it is weak. It is a weakness that I have, man. But I work on it. I try to work on it as much as I can. You know what I mean? Because that's not the way to be, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah. I've learned that, like, even though you realize or you think like, okay, I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I still have to take into consideration what this other person thinking, and even, I guess, try to understand or figure out why they think that way.
Yeah.
Even though it might be dumb as fuck to you.
Yeah.
But they may understand, they may explain it, and then you're like, oh, okay, all right.
Well, they may explain it, you still be like, ugh, the fuck.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
That's usually what I fall into. Like, yeah, all right, sound good, but no, it's stupid.
Yeah. Well, yeah, never say that shit makes sense to you. Like, never. All right, if that makes sense to you, then fuck yeah. But biggest strength and biggest weakness. Strength, I think, when I care, whether it's a, you know, friend, lover, family member, you know, just anybody I fuck with. Like, I really, like, you know, try my best to do whatever I can, like hold that person down. Like, it's nothing that person can ask for me. If I can do it, you know, I'm definitely going do what I can to make it happen. I think that's one of my biggest strengths. Worked on that a lot within the last couple years because I was a loner like a motherfucker for a long time. I do shit, limited friends, everything else. Which friends are still limited, but I do more now. I travel, I meet motherfuckers in Atlanta, go here, go there, a little trip I'm taking later on this week. You know what I'm saying? Try to do whatever when we can get out and do shit. Weakness. I think. Weakness. My I'm very good at being nonchalant. That is a defense mechanism. Like I cannot care about some shit just quick. Okay, well, whatever. And I guess that kind of falls into yours. Like not saying I won't necessarily dismiss somebody, what they're thinking, but okay, all right. Whatever. Not gonna argue about the shit.
I'm getting better at that.
And people take that as like real, like, cause brothers just love to go back and forth and debate it sometimes. And when you don't give them that energy, and you just like, all right, whatever. Oh,
You're right.
You don't care. You don't give. No, it ain't that I don't care. I just don't care. No, let me stop.
No, I think for I'll say like a mean. You got a mean poker face. I think for me, talking about that type of situation, I always say my being nonchalant protects me and the other person, because ultimately I don't want to get angry, because if I get angry, then I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. Okay. I'm not fuck about your feelings. So sometimes it's better that way for me personally. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Last one. One thing that life has taught you in the last 2 to 5 years.
2 to 5 years. What life has taught me. Even when you think you got it all figured out, you don't.
That's a big one.
Yeah. You feel like you got it figured out. You feel like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be doing this. This person, this car, that car, I'm gonna be blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Blink of an eye, that shit could be gone.
Life say,
Not so fast, my friend.
Fast, my friend. Yeah. I make the plans. You go by it. Yeah.
For sure.
One thing life has taught me in the last 2 to 5 years. Cherish what you have and who you have. Yeah, because I mean that, especially with the last, 2.5 years we had with COVID, man. Like, you don't know, like, we didn't know who was gonna be around or whenever else, when the last time you was gonna speak to a person. So yeah, I think for the most part, I've definitely made it a conscious effort to, show love, tell, people I love them, when we get off the phone, me and you get off, love,
Right.
I try to do that with everybody, because you never know when the last time you're gonna speak to that person, when the next time you're gonna speak to that person, and like, damn, I was just on the phone with them yesterday. We ain't even like, blah, 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 whatever else. Like, I don't even know when the last time I told such and such I love them, I care about them, hey, keep your head up or whatever else. Like, so yeah, I think that's and just even with myself, man, like, cause I got a lot of peers, man, that ain't even here right now. You know what I'm saying? They get out the army and next thing you know, they gone, and you like, damn, what the hell happened? Like, so you never know, like, which way life will take you and turn you, man. A lot of people, whether it's something like, and we're in Mental Health Awareness Month, so whether it's something that bothered them once they disconnected from the army, like they didn't know what the fuck was going on with them and what they're gonna do, and they just can't like process life no more without, because the arm, you took this big part or something that was a part of them 20 years away from them. They don't know what to do. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's for me, that's one thing, like just to cherish what I have and who I have, especially while they're there and when I can. Instead of yeah. But let's go ahead and close this up, man. We can get out of here. I know you got things.
Yes, spend my afternoon at the playground and jumping all over the place and running after a 2-year-old. But anyway, shout out to, the great state, man. Shout out to all my friends, my family, man, that's down in North Carolina. Shout out to the people that think that they don't have a friend out here. They think that, they are by themselves, man. At the end of the day, you got your maker, you got the big, who I call the big homie. And just more than anything, lean on him. Shout out to you, big dog, for keeping this thing afloat, man. And, rocking out, dog. For sure. And, as always, man, mental health is real. We are in Mental Health Awareness Month. So it's very, very near and dear to us at Unapologetic, the podcast. So again, as I say always, myself and Reg, we may not be subject matter experts on mental health, but I can assure you before you hurt yourself or hurt others that if you come on the platform or you come up on the net, whether it be our individual IGs or the Unapologetic the podcast IG, that we will get you the help that you need. Other than that, man, you know what I'm on? Different toilet, same shit.
Sir, hey, we appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all, man. Shout out to my family, my loved ones, all my friends. Shout out to you, man. We rolling, we in a groove, we got it moving. Bigger, better things to come. And yeah, I appreciate everybody and everything y'all do, all the comments, the love, the support, the screenshots of pictures of y'all seeing watching the episode or listening to the episode, man. It means a lot, just to have somebody that rock with us, and especially we can be a part of y'all Saturday morning. That means a lot, for somebody just to listen to us, regard, because it's a filler, man. I listen to podcasts all the time, but people that have time to sit down and just listen to us and make us a part of their day, I really appreciate it, y'all. But yes, hey, send us any ideas, suggestions, whatever y'all have that we should do for episode 100, and we'll definitely take it in consideration, because we want to do something a little different, a little special. 100 is big. Yeah, but yeah, y'all, as always, we're Unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Ready to know, man. Reg, Prime Minister, we out of here. We see y'all next week. Peace, y'all.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.